Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's main event. We have Mayohosko coming at you at 60 frames per second, 4K resolution, no sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. Let's get ready to Lego.
Hello, it's me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Mayohosko, it's your boy, JP.
Real whole egg. Everybody say real whole egg. Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
There we go. Capture that, Mayo. That's for you. That's for you.
Everyone say real whole egg at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Real
whole egg.
Sweet. I'll cap that and then add it to the intro.
That's kind of fucked up though. It's a little off-centered.
Real whole
egg.
Eggs?
Oh, our timing was off, but
egg. Do we go
that's
slowly
okay.
or fast?
I think that was fine. Is that fine, or do you want to stick
Yes,
to it
because
slow?
I actually prefer it when people do it all out of sync because that makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
Everyone on the panel say it at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What are we saying again?
Real whole egg.
Whole egg.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Real
Whole egg.
Egg.
Close enough.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, a little bit of no sugar, no filler, a whole lot of real whole egg coming up on these Fridays.
Hello, Miss Zambi here, saying real whole egg. Mayohosko channel. Go check it out.
Real whole egg. There we go. I don't know what else you want. Wait, why am I... Are you talking about like what goes well with mayo? Also, how did you even come up with the name Mayohosko? Like, do you just love mayo? I don't know.
Rolling into the chat, we got to give a shout out. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. Splat out. That's what I'm talking about. Mayohosko. 2 whoop salute, Mayo. Welcome to the jankiness.
For Mayohosko, I give you a real whole egg. Wait, where did all these other eggs come from? What in the name of the Emperor is going on?
Everyone make sure to send in your videos of saying real whole egg, and I'll add you to the intro. Thank you.
What's up, buddy?
Hello.
I think my computer's lagging, so if it lags, just bear with me.
Yeah, lag happens every now and then, and whenever there's lag... So hello everybody, welcome to episode 32 of Real Whole Egg. Let me get the music right. And yeah, it's been a very taxing week for me because, as always, on the first week back at university, I'm very tired. And I don't know what the hell happened, but I got 4 followers last night on Instagram.
Oh,
so I'd love to know what happened there.
Maybe you've been off the shadow ban list now.
Well, I know that there are a lot of people who are the SEO people, and they try to follow me. So maybe their accounts finally got banned. But when I look at my followers and I look at stuff, I don't see some people in my following list. I'm not gonna name their names, but yeah. Hashtag drama alert. Which of my close friends? Yeah, which of my close friends unfollowed my main Instagram account? Ooh, drama!
No.
And I'm just gonna say, if anyone actually takes drama seriously, then you need to get a life. How's everyone's week gone? I just explained my week. How did your week go?
Really good, man. Just work and I have family in town. They're still here, and they'll probably be leaving Monday or maybe this weekend. I don't know. I don't know just yet, but more than likely it'll be Monday or Tuesday. And so just have family in town, and that's what I've been doing. Same old, building when I can. How about you? Making progress on the city?
Not much this week because I haven't built anything this week because I've been so busy with university.
Yeah.
But as everyone can see now, within the city cam, there is the Daily Bugle back up again.
Yeah, I saw you made a post about it.
Yeah, if anyone's because I've done posts about it on Instagram, and it's featured within my latest city update. So you should go back and watch my latest city update if you haven't done so already, and you should also go and check out the details on those Instagram posts. And so once again, we are simulcasting on Twitch at the same time. So if anyone's on their phone and they need to use other apps, but you want to continue watching the stream, if you watch my stream on Twitch, then you can listen to me on Twitch and play your apps at the same time in the background. And I just heard a bing. I have no idea who that is. Oh yeah, it's Mikey. Hey Mikey.
Hello, Mikey J.
How's it going?
What's up,
Wagon wheels, and a captain's wheel on a pirate ship. There, I said it. Yeah, because I was having this conversation with Mikey. I'm not sure how many types of wheels there are in the castle or the pirate's realm, but let's have our 5 seconds of silence for Kobe Bryant. And there it is. So how's your week going, Mikey?
Oh, it's going good, man. So no complaints here.
Yeah. I saw that you changed a lot of your thumbnails.
Yes, we did. We're trying some new stuff out with the old algorithm, and we're having some success with it. So
yeah, I had some success with it too 2 months ago. So anyway, who do we have in the chat? We have Macro Bricks from Blocks to Mox, our co-host, Dave Bricks 76, Seth Bland, and that's everyone so far. Hopefully we'll have more people in the chat soon. We're talking about wheels today because Johnny G said something about wheels on the latest stream, which I forget about. So he'll have to remind me what he said, but I thought it was a good idea. I think he was talking about either the size of one of the wheels or how the old wheels get oily or something. But I thought, you know what? Since I don't know what to talk about, let's talk about that. And I think what we'll do next week is we'll save talking about some of the March release sets until next week, because I wanna do some I need to compare some comparisons between sets that got released in March to some of their vintage counterparts. I think that would be a fun thing to do, so that we can cover more news on these streams. I think it would be good to, whenever a new set comes out, go look at old versions of that set and make equivalents, because for example, all of the different types of Star Wars ships they made in 1999 have gotten re-released so many times over. Same with the 2000 sets. And stuff with the castle, tower, and pirates and all the core themes. They're most likely going to be modernized versions of old sets. So I think that might be something fun to do in the future. Anyway, so yeah, we're talking about wheels. Look at them wheels. Was that from I forget what movie franchise that's from. Look at them wheels.
Oh, I can't think of that.
Yeah,
You stumped me.
they've done really well.
But you were talking
with
about
the
the March
Society.
Did you guys get anything for March 1st?
No.
No, not yet. But I did get half of my order in the mail. While we're talking about actually no, we'll get onto that later. Is there anything interesting in the comments so far? Yeah, no.
I want to say hello to Dave Brick.
So let's see. Let's go to the Brick fan and see if there's any notable news or any noteworthy news. Let's share the screen and let's see the news. So, looking at the news, is there anything to talk about? Don't care about Lego ideas. Don't care about Lego ideas. Although this is something medieval related, and we do care about the medieval projects. Lego Ideas Medieval Bee Farm achieves 10,000 supporters. Medieval Bee Farm by J.K. Brick is the latest project of blah 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 blah. The 2,994 piece build features a bee farm, but in a medieval setting, and it uses some interesting build techniques. The project joins blah 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 as the blah blah blah. Look at this.
I talked about that set on my channel, so it's cool to see it make it to 10,000 supporters. Congrats to them.
Is that a recolor of the beehive in a plain yellow? I've only ever seen the beehives in a bright light orange or a pink for cotton candy.
I do like that though. It's got a lot of parts. That's the same guy that I got those instructions from that medieval set that I built, and I can see a lot of the techniques he used in there. It's a lot of that it's 1x1 plate, but he stacks them like 3 high to make a single brick. Or it's 1x2 plate, he stacks it 3 high to make a 1x2. But he does that to like different bricks and different shapes in the building there.
Yeah,
so
I'm seeing a lot
cool.
of
He did the one you already built. That's pretty cool.
What's that?
He built that medieval set that you did, so that's pretty cool. Huh?
Yeah, that JK Bricks is who did the medieval set that I posted on Instagram. Hey, Bunny.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the dark orange 1x1 half round tiles in there, and that's some decent looking trees. We don't care about flowers of the world. Now, this actually got me interested. This kind of weird promo. It says there is still the Lego Friends Beach Cleanup, my favourite poly bag of last year, plus the Lego Animal Crossing Maple Pumpkin Garden poly bag, bundled with a purchase of $50 in Animal Crossing City Creative 3-in-1 Dreams of Friends. This actually got me interested because I've never seen them doing a two pack of poly bags as a combo GWP. I like that.
Yeah. Speaking of GWP, what's the GWP out right now, Mikey?
It's one of those houses around the world. I forget. It's the newest one. I have a couple of them. Honestly, I'm just gonna part them out and use them as pieces. I was eyeballing to see what was available in it.
Looks like it runs out on the 11th. Looks like it
what?
runs out on the 11th of March.
I said it's a micro scale build, right?
Well, I don't know if you could call it a micro scale. It's almost like in between micro and minifigure. Like, it's definitely too small for minifigures, but a micro figure would almost look a little too small in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're a cool little gift with purchase. I mean, any gift with purchase is better than nothing, in my opinion, because at very least it's parts. But yeah, it's I would have much rather gotten some kind of medieval something or other, anything, even if it was just like a extra minifigure in a poly bag.
Yeah.
Now we don't normally cover the Star Wars and Marvel stuff, so we're going to move on to Animal Crossing because this is something that intrigues me. March is now here, and there is a plethora of new LEGO sets that have just released on the LEGO shop. The big thing for March is LEGO Animal Crossing, which was one of the more popular announcements last year. Also anticipated to be pretty popular are the new Star Wars sets with the new midi-scale ships. For the gift with purchase sets, we have the blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that. There was and we also just said that. Now, this is something we're going to be talking about next week as well when we're going to do a comparison between Ninja and Ninjago. And I know that Titanium J has been talking about this on his stuff, and which is why I want to bring on Titanium J to talk about this news with. Alan Tran says, for LEGO Insiders, the new LEGO Ninjago Micro Ninjago City is now available to redeem in the Reward Center. It'll cost you 2,700 insider points, and remember there will be 4 sets in total. So that's I'm guessing that's the American redemptions, which means it'll be more in other countries like ours. And remember, there will be 4 sets in total, so it'll cost you a whopping 10,800 American insider points for the series. Fortunately, it's less than what China has to spend on it, but it still equivalates to over $1,600 spent, US dollars, I'm guessing, to acquire enough points. That actually looks pretty cool for a micro scale GWP. That looks cool.
So it's going to be 1 of 4, so they're going to run a series, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing 1 micro scale build for each of the 4 sets.
Each of the 4 modulars they have out in Ninjago right now.
And they're listing off the American prices for the Animal Crossing sets. I can strongly recommend Just Too Good's combo review of all 5 of the sets. I watched that. It's a 35-minute video reviewing all 5 of them, and that was very consumable. I liked J2G's review a lot, and I can't say I feel. I'm just gonna say I feel uncomfortable saying the person's name if they're trans, which is why I just say their channel instead, because for those of you who didn't know, Just Too Good is trans now. I was speaking to some people and they actually didn't know that, so kind of culture shock. But as I always say, I always remember talking with Just Too Good at Wickworld Chicago. That was a really fun conversation. And J2G gave me money to buy a new Boss 1993 Aerohawk. Just a humble brag. Brickheads, don't care about Brickheads. Creator 3-in-1 Forest. What is this? Oh, it's it's just the fox. We don't need to see that. Marvel Spider-Man, who cares? And that's it. That's the end of the news. Okay. Oh, good. We got that done in the right amount of time. So personal news. I already gave my personal news about university, but now I will reveal the first half of my order that came to get the Dreams Village, the Classic Space GWP, and in order to reach the threshold, I threw in a CMF box.
What you want to do?
Yeah, so does anyone else have some personal news?
Well, like I was saying, picked up the medieval town square last night. We just bought it online, so I don't physically have it yet. And not only that, you know, we were talking about Ninjago there. My kids just recently gotten into Ninjago, so that's it's a little bit exciting, I suppose. You know, I've never really paid much attention to the theme, honestly.
It's got some cool builds. It really does.
Yeah. And then some more personal Lego news. Made a few Bricklink orders. We're going to be building the Jurassic Park gate, the big set. We just got the pieces for it, and we didn't get the T-Rex because, you know, we got a lot of T-Rexes and whatnot. So we're going to be putting that in our layout as well.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw your post on Instagram about ordering the parts for that. That's going to be a cool build.
Yeah. And then I have another cart open right now with some horses and some saddles and some bardings and stuff like that.
Nice.
So it's
Nice. And now it's time to read the chat, and we are getting a lot of comments coming through now. So both RC and Mikey, if there's anything that stands out in the chat to you, you can read it. But I'm just going to see anything that sticks out to me as I'm scrolling down here. Exactly, Dave, the Daily Mayo. Gary Lane! Wow, I have not seen Gary in any of my streams in a long time. Welcome.
Hey, Gary.
We don't get a lot of people east of the Atlantic on my streams. So welcome, and Bunny Blix as well. Hey Bunny, nice to see you too. And Lego Team B, hello. And whenever we have bee-themed channels come up in here, you know what we do.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
And of course we have Mikey in the chat, and we have Angry Dragon. I will see you at Brick Fair, Virginia in 2026. And we have Sisu. Hey Zelda. And whenever we have Zelda come up in the chat, you know what we do.
Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
And we have Ben Quick Design. Hey Ben, you know what I need to do? I need to get something from one of the Horizon for whenever you come up in here. Angry Dragon says, I love Animal Crossing. I like Animal Crossing because it looks like Babyland, and it's I'm not going to buy any of the sets, but I want to make some mocks that look like Animal Crossing. Exactly, buzz.
So, for an old guy, why don't you explain what Animal Crossing is?
So I have no idea what Animal Crossing is. All I know is that it's a popular mobile game, and a lot of my friends play it.
You've never played Animal Crossing, Mayo?
No, I'm a Forge of Empires gamer, not an Animal Crossing gamer.
I've played it, the new one on the Switch. It's not. I understand the appeal of it. It's just not the kind of game that interests me per se. So I haven't played it more than maybe like an hour tops. But yeah, my wife plays it and kids play it. You know, so I understand it.
Yeah, I know that I know that Adora Build plays it, and a lot of her friends play it. Also, breaking news from her live stream last weekend, she said that because she bought a new puppy, she won't be available to go to Brick World Chicago.
Oh, that's sad.
Angry
So I'm
Dragons.
glad I got to meet Ruth in person at Brickvention, because she did confirm that she can't go to Brick World Chicago. But I can confirm that I can come to Brick World Chicago. There was a little bit of a scheduling conflict, I thought, because some of the dates were the Tuesday before Brick World Chicago. But I looked on my assessments on our university's website, and my last assignment is due on the Sunday before Brick World Chicago. So since it's due then, not due the week after, I can fly out to Chicago on either the Monday or the Tuesday. So I can confirm that I will be going to Chicago now. That is a done deal. And this month I will be going to the travel agency to book my flights and hotels. And we have Johnny D. Hey, Johnny. Now, the reason we're talking about wheels is because of you, Johnny. I forget what you said about wheels last stream. So, if you remember what you did say about wheels, you were asking us to cover something about wheels. So, whatever you wanted us to cover, we will cover it today. And I thought wheels was a good topic to talk about because I know that from Blocks to Mox, who has a lot of the extreme team stuff, they have some pretty crazy wheels.
Yep.
And I've got some pretty crazy wheels. So I thought, you know what, that's a good thing to talk about wheels.
I got my pocket full of wheels right here. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah. So what kind of wheels do you got there?
What you got going on, Mikey?
This would be from Ice Planet.
Oh yes.
And then I have a bunch of these black ones like it.
Pretty sure those are from Electron.
Yeah. And then I'm finding just a bunch of random tires and stuff around.
Yeah, I've got those types of wheels in both white from the Ice Planet and orange from Mars Mission.
I thought I would have some of the yellow ones, but I haven't found any as of yet. But I have this other bucket full of stuff in it too that might be some in here. I mean, like it's not a wheel, but it's definitely Aquanauts or something.
Yes, that's Aquazone.
Aquazone, yeah.
Yeah. The propellers in there are, yeah, they're the right colors. Those are those ones that glow, right? They'll glow in like a black light or a blue light.
I mean, they very well might. I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you.
Are they the translucent orange?
Yeah, they're translucent orange.
Go put that under like a blue LED light or a black light. It'll glow. It glows big time.
And here's this is from something like that.
Yeah, the Aqua Sharks. That's the bad guys of the Aqua Zone team.
Oh yes, I remember what you were talking about, Johnny. You were talking about how the back wheels on the McLaren Formula One car with Ayrton Senna look weird. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. The first thing. So I just remembered for you. Dave says I need to get new wheels for my old space sets. Yeah, I think that would be something funny to do for April Fools, is milk fees. I think that'd be a good April Fool's stream. And Seth says, Seth's saying, asking you, RC, how does it feel to have the best goatee in the LEGO community?
That's what I told him. I told him that was news to me. I appreciate that, though. Thank you.
I only shaved mine once a week, so you definitely got me beat then.
Yeah, and and do I have it at the bottom of here? No, I don't. Anyway, yes. Everyone, please spam the guitar emoji in the chat. Not going to explain why, but I saw something from Angry Dragon talking about Animal Crossing. It's a console game that first came out on the GameCube. Oh, so it's a console and a mobile game. Nice. And
well,
Team B says, and Team B's saying to you, Mikey, that's a killer layout.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And we are doing amazing today at Bunny Weeks because we've got double-digit amount of people watching, and if we could consistently have double-digit amount of people watching the entire 3 hours, there would be no threat of me dying and leaving YouTube. Just putting it out there because every week I am losing watch time hours.
So the stakes are high, is what you're saying.
You're throwing down the gauntlet, chat.
I was about to say, dang it.
So the mobile game isn't as good as the console game. Okay. Triple threat. Also, Macro Bricks let me know that he bought the Medieval Town Square too, Mikey.
Nice. Very nice.
So I think he's building it right now, if I remember.
Oh, he was in store and got it.
I wish I had it.
Dave's saying wheels are not the right size for the build. Jane explained it in his review. Well, you know what? Thanks for letting me know about that because that gives me more context about what Johnny was saying that the wheels aren't right. While I'm kind of going all over the place, yeah. So at first while I'm just searching for something, and this is a question to everyone on the panel and everyone in the chat. What types of wheels do you have the most of?
I'm gonna say it's the ones that's kind of used on regular cars now, like the taxi and stuff. But it used to be used as like an off-road tire whenever Lego had the real small tires that went on like the go-karts and the cars that were on like the 4-wides.
You mean like these kind?
Yeah, is that the here? I've got drawers and drawers full of them. I was thinking stuff like this right here. I would say this is it. I think this is probably the most common one I have.
Yeah, that's like it's like this one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I do got some cool ones. I'm gonna figure out what to put them on, but I built like these little hot rods and speed champs. But check these ones out.
I don't really do a lot of car mocking, so.
Yeah, I got these chrome ones right here. I just gotta put some tires on them, but they're pretty legit. Hey, Scott Blocks, what's up, buddy?
Okay, I'm not seeing anything from Jane talking about the McLaren Formula One bad wheels with Ayrton Senna. So, Johnny and Dave, are you referring to the one from? Are you referring to the Speed Champions version or the Icons version? Because I'm not seeing things right. please let me know so that we can talk about that later. Because I desperately need more context. I desperately need.
That was tell him to send you the link.
Also, we have Scott's block. Hey Scott, and you know what we do whenever Scott comes up in here.
PPP.
The
So I'm just going to let some people answer my question. Was Jane? Oh, okay. So it is the Ayrton Centre set. Okay, I'm going to have to do some deep diving, probably on camera, to hear what Jane says, because I'm not subscribed to his main channel anymore. I just subscribe to his city building and his review channel because I don't care about people's thoughts. Anyway, everyone.
I don't care.
Pardon the interruption. Sorry, there's all sorts of glitches going involved. Oh, and we just had some. It's Macro.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers, Macro.
Good day, Mikey. Richard, good to see you. Chatland.
Good to see you,
Happy
buddy.
weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, look what he's got.
It's true. It's true. And I literally, for the record, I'm not in possession of this right now. I'm not allowed, so we didn't see that. Ooh. But we just cracked it. Boom.
Look at that. So what are your initial thoughts on it, Macro?
I had to have it. That's my initial thoughts. Medieval, that's up my alley. Expanding the realm. It ties in with the castle that came out. A new goat, like a gray goat. I think that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, you're speaking my language, man.
Yeah, I hear you, no doubt.
Yeah, because Mark, when you told me that you walked home with the medieval town square, I was like, we got to see that if you're available.
Nice. Hey, well, I appreciate you having me on and hanging out. I like how the sticker sheet is small.
Yeah.
Very nice. So there's only a few stickers for the whole shebang.
Yeah. Some people are awing at that set right now.
Yeah, I think it was highly anticipated. You know, it's like the castle. We could use more of this type of theme, I think. And this is just
I've been anticipating that set for 11 months.
I'm excited.
As soon as I heard the make I was ready.
Because remember back in March 2023 when they had those big rounds of rumors and the medieval town square was the highlight of those rumors?
Yeah.
That was a good guess.
Well, Johnny wants us to play the Paradisa again.
Nice.
So let's do it, because who doesn't love Paradisa?
Paradisa, Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
I mean, I don't have mine literally in my hands, in my possession yet. But having said that, I do think there are a couple of criticisms about the set. But I hear you. It was a day one purchase for me as well.
Cheers, Lego Team B.
And another reason why I was inclined to do that for Johnny is because if anyone's seen my latest city update, you know that I put some of the Paradisa mocks back into my city.
Nice.
We got my my incomplete, only the structure of a mock poolside paradise, and a Paradisa version of the Lego Town set Breezeway Cafe, and also the sidewalk cafe that has those leaves on top.
How eclectic your city is, Mayo.
Yeah, well, as I was telling Adore Build on one of her streams back in November, I was brainstorming ideas when I was moving house, and because I knew I could get a bigger table, I thought to myself, you know what? Why don't turn my Paradisa suburb, have that suburb in the main city, and make it like a Beverly Hills type area. And that's what I'm going to try and do. And so anyway, now that we got 5 people on the panel, first we had to pardon the interruption for bringing Mark onto the show. But let's pardon the interruption and talk about some Lego wheels. Look at them wheels. So,
Wheels,
Pardon the interruption is a weekly segment we do where we give 60-second or less answers, quick fire. We go around the panel and I ask questions about anything regarding the topic that we're talking about. So I think it's best if we go clockwise and then anti-clockwise as we ask different questions. So first question is, what is everyone's favourite wheel, RC?
Sorry, caught me off guard there. A favorite wheel? I don't know if I have a favorite wheel. I think I like to get anything that goes with whatever I'm building. So like if I have the wrong wheel with my build, it's not going to look right. So whatever looks right with the car that I'm building at the time, I think would probably be my favorite wheel.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the white Ice Planet one.
Yes.
I'm picking one. I'm picking this one. So there you go.
Nice. The Ice Planet wheel. That has a lot of nostalgia for me. Mark, what's your favorite wheel?
That was a good pick, Mikey. I like that one. I would just like to say the suspense. The suspense. The goat is not in bag 1, so don't be expecting to be pulling your goat right away when you get this set. My favorite wheel is the Low Pro Speed Champs wheel. Do I even have one on tap? Probably not. Where you got more rim, less wheel, like kind of a low profile sports car type look. I like that one.
There you go.
Nice. Anyway, this is my favorite type of wheel. It's the wheel that they came out with in, I believe, 1981. And this wheel is still sold today. I see this from time to time on my pab wall. It's in a lot of the creator sets, but it used to be the standard wheel, and because 80s town is my favorite era of town, and it's the style of city builds I prefer to build with, I use this all the time, and I can never get enough of these wheels because look at them wheels. Now,
very classic, Mayo. Very classic.
Now the next question is, what wheel does everyone use the most often in your builds, Mark?
Oh man, I probably use the straight up classic wheel. Not too big, not too small. Pretty generic. You could use it for trucks. You can use it for construction equipment. Not like a big balloon Technic wheel.
So is it the wheels that go inside of these tires?
You know what? Yep, it sure is, I think. I think that's exactly what I'm holding up.
Yeah. I think that's...
You got a number on your wheel? What number is your wheel?
The number on my wheel
don't even have a fucking
it says the Lego group on one side. Oh, I just built my wheel.
Oh, dude, does it say Lego Group on the other side as well? Yeah, we got the same wheel.
Yeah, so it's that wheel. I think anyone that buys a lot of Lego City sets, that's going to be their place.
Let's get it.
The one they use most often, Mikey.
So you saw me get up because I had to go find the exact wheel, and it is the ones that go on the base of the cannon.
I like it.
These wheels, I buy these things in bulk, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm always buying new cannons, and so you need wheels for your cannons. So yeah, that's the wheel I use the most.
And those are those cannon wheels are the same wheels. That's my favorite. because these wheels also fit on the train tracks. If anyone's seen the Wild West cannons, that's what they roll upon. See, what wheel do you use the most?
So, I actually use these ones a lot. So I've got one right here that's just by itself, and then there you go. I got one right here by itself. You got one with the tires and whatnot on them. But I use these a lot for all sorts of things because they use them as jet engines. Like I've got a couple on that Bob up there. I've got a couple of them on the crane, so they kind of look like pulleys working on the crane. You can turn them like this right side up and put them on a jumper plate, and it looks kind of like an AC unit on top of buildings. So I actually use this one a lot more than just on the cars, and I use it on the cars.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of classic. I've seen a lot of classic space builders actually using those wheels as engines and thrusters.
I'd like to take a minute and go off topic. Does anyone know when the pretzel was invented? Like, there's a pretzel in the medieval market. I just want to know, is that historically accurate?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay.
But who knows? I don't know for sure.
I think that's a question for the chat. Someone quickly go look up when the Germans invented the pretzel. Someone please do that for us. And if you do, not only write it in the chat, but also comment it on the live stream afterwards, and we will pin you. We will pin you to the top.
Oh yeah, someone let M&R know. Can we get M&R in here and let them know that Lego's stepped out of line yet again, and they're not holding true to accuracy?
So I'm going to tell you, I looked it up already, and I know the answer. I'm going to let the chat answer, but Lego probably is accurate.
Watch out, the pretzel's invented like 1642 BC or something.
I'm just going to let you know, go even further.
1295.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not sure about this time period. What this time? It's a time period that I haven't even heard of. So,
anyway, pardon the interruption. So, my favourite wheels is also the wheels I use most often because these wheels are so tiny. They are perfect for what Lego used to do. And when I think of the wheels that Lego has used on vehicles, that are the scale, and we talked about scales of Lego 2 weeks ago. If anyone wants to go hear what RC and I said about the scale of Lego, you can go back and watch that episode. It perfectly fits the scale. It was a perfect piece invented for the decade, and both these wheels and these wheels, which this wheel is kind of the modern version of this wheel, were both from the eras of Lego cars where you could buy it with your pocket money. And although I like these wheels just as much as each other, this one slightly more, I do end up using these wheels a lot more, but I would like to get more wheels for these so I can make more stuff that looks like the late 70s than just the entirety of the 80s. Anyway, that was that question.
Anywho.
Last question is there a Lego set that has wheels that you always thought those wheels were a bad choice for that set? Arson, you go first.
That's an interesting one. You know what? Some people might not. Raiders have some interesting wheels on there, and I think they're okay, but they're kind of odd how they're smooth with just like a lip kind of on the side of them or whatever. So maybe those from that theme.
Are those the ones that kind of get caught in the carpet because of that lip?
I'm not sure. I haven't played with them on the carpet, so I couldn't tell you for sure on that. But if you look up Rock Raiders right quick, you'll see the tires I'm talking about, and they're hard to find too. That's another thing. Like you don't come across them very often.
We'll have to do some research about that. Mikey.
So I'm gonna step outside of the traditional wheel train of thought, and I'm gonna talk about a steering wheel, because the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship came with a smaller version of the steering wheel, and I'm not saying that it's bad, but I replace it with the proper old school boat steering wheels. So that one gets my pick.
So, is there a steering or a wheel that I feel doesn't fit the set? You know, honestly, off the top of my head, I'm sure there is. But before I start talking smack and knocking the Lego group, I'd probably want to research my crap so that I know exactly what I'm talking about and don't sound like a fool. So off the top of my head, I'm going to take a pass on this one.
Okay, fair. Because as I always say, the best times to talk about something is when you know what to talk about. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit out of the box too. I'm actually gonna talk about something in your collection, Mark. You know how when you bought those Blue Bricks tankers for your railway and those wheels?
Yes, sir.
were awful? Well, yeah, I'm going to mention those wheels.
There you go. That's a good one.
And the wheels that have a plastic connection, not a steel axle on the new trains, because those wheels pop off very easy. I believe Blue Bricks copied the same system as what Lego did, and it's just a really bad design because there's no metal axle and it's just a plastic connection. It pops off really easy, and hence it's more prone to derailments. So that's going to be my answer, because I'm biased and I build a lot of Lego trains.
That was a good
Anyway,
one.
that was the 60-second answers. Now let me go back to the schedule. And now just one fill in the blank question today. It is blank that Speed Champions does not give us more variety of wheel sizes. RC.
I don't know. They're making race cars, and you know that's pretty much what all speed champs are. So they're gonna pretty much be kind of on the same kind of wheel. The only thing I'd say is that maybe give us different style of rims, but they're all gonna be about the same size because they're kind of making like super cars and import cars, and they're all gonna be like in the 18-inch wheel, 19-inch, 20-inch wheel. So they're gonna kind of all be the same. But I will say a variation of them would be awesome.
So variations, we need more. And Mark.
I would say it is cost effective that Lego chooses to make Speed Champion vehicles of a size that utilizes consistently the same wheel.
And Mikey.
Yeah, the word I came to mind was consistent. It's consistent with Lego's, track record. If they can find a place to, cut a corner, they're definitely going to do that nowadays.
For my word, and this is kind of a tricky answer because I do wish they would go the extra mile, like what I complained about with some of the licensed figures in our episode last week. I'm also going to use the word lazy because if you ever look at the pictures of cars, you notice that not every car has the same tire because there are the supercars that have slick tires. There are the American muscle cars that they've done in Speed Champions that have a lot of tread on their tires. And Lego Speed Champions, there's plenty of street cars that have a medium amount of tread on their tires. I just wish that we would get. I think it's pretty lazy that we don't get enough different types of tires on the wheels in Speed Champions. The size is fine because it's a consistent scale compared to what some people are complaining about with the rear tires on the Ayrton Senna McLaren Formula One. But my word is lazy. Anyway, that was, pardon the interruption.
So one of the hot rods that they came out with, it was the 69 Camaro. It was in a 2-pack. They did actually put a lot bigger tires on the back of that one than they did the front.
And what they do with that Ford too, off the top of my head? Wasn't there a Ford Speed Champ truck that came out with some other hot rod or something?
Yeah, there's a Raptor and a hot rod. I have that hot rod.
So I just want to give Mayo his flowers real quick. That's a fun little segment you got going there, man.
For sure. Yeah, because I am actively trying to fill out a bracket of 64 people, so that we can do an around the Lego tournament, which is inspired by the ESPN show Around the Horn, and I am having a cash prize of $100 for the winner once I am monetized. It's going to take some time to fill out that bracket of 64. So I thought, you know what? Because I want to get more of the ESPN concepts on my live streams, why not do something more simple to start with? And I thought, you know what? Pardon the interruption has a lot of is a good format I could do on a live stream, and I thought, hey, why not do it? And it's been pretty cool. It gets us thinking more about Lego, which is a question. Dave says the Mars Rover friend set looks good. What's everyone else saying? I'm guessing that's for the Animal Crossing sets. Angry Dragon has all of. Zisu is saying they agree about the Mars Rover friend set. Designer Wes Talbot is fantastic. And also, sorry. Dave is holding back on the Star Wars March 1st sets. Team B says, I wish my evening TV news was like that. Just skip over the stuff I'm not interested in. Zisu's saying, darn, I thought we were getting double the fun tonight for set 2 Mayos. Can you imagine? That would be wild. Well, what I want to do is make a video with that's a split screen. So I could do something like what Wizard did recently on one of his videos. People saying hello to each other. Dave says, I picked up the Ninjago set yesterday and the Speed Champions Ectron. I'll be picking up Town Square next week. Nice. And we already said hello to Johnny. There was people talking about points versus pints. And by the way, if anyone hasn't bought their ticket to enter the giveaway, use the exclamation marks that Streamlab reads out, and yeah, you can enter the giveaway to win a sig fig and a CMF. We addressed that. It would be fun to talk about MILF things for April Fools. Johnny says I liked the real 80s knobby tires on the SpaceX. I like them too. Dave says I'm on bag 2 of Speed Champions X1. There's new parts they are using. Nice. As I say, Speed Champions is probably the best thing for giving us new parts, and I want to thank Speed Champions for giving us all the curved elements in the world that we could want. Anything else?
Johnny G, or not Johnny G, Mikey J, I meant to ask you, do you have Metalbeard's pirate ship?
No, I do not.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The Sea Cow. You know, I had many chances to buy it brand new when it was on the store shelves, and I always passed it up because I'm more of a traditionalist. Like, you know, it would definitely be one that I'd put on the shelf. I don't know if I'd have it sailing around in my seas.
Some people in the chat talking about the new neoclassic wolf pack.
Yeah,
I don't have the Ninjago's Destiny's bounty either. I mean, I think they've done more than one of those, but there was one that was more of like a UCS style one. I wish I would have picked that one up though. That was a cool looking ship.
So you do the Pirates of the Caribbean ships though, right?
Yeah, I have all those and then some. And what I mean is then some, like Flying Dutchman right here. That's a mod because the Lego never gave us an authentic Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, that's a good question for everyone. Which style of wheels do you prefer? The wagon wheels or the space balloon wheels?
I don't have a space section and I got a western section, so you know where my answer is going to be.
Yeah, wagon wheels.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with wagon wheels as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say wagon wheels. Depends what I'm using it for.
I'm going to be the odd man out and say that I prefer the balloon wheels because I don't have many carts in the Middle Ages momentum. If anyone goes back and watches my old videos in my castle playlist of the Middle Ages momentum, you know that I only have the carts from my two 90th anniversary castles. And Ben agrees with the white ice planets.
Johnny G says that's a bad take for me about the Sea Cow. Hey man, everybody to each their own. I never saw the Ninjago movie until yesterday, man.
Mikey's a purist. He's more about the old school pirates.
Yeah.
See, I have a Fabuland. Well, I have 2 Fabuland chassis with those wheels somewhere. They're in the yellow color. I just don't know where they are. I think they're in a bulk bin somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna get in. We're gonna kind of do a bit of a delayed rant today, just because I've got a collectible minifigure series 25 that I want to unbox shortly.
See what you got.
Yeah, we're gonna see what I got. And also another good generic question. How's everyone's weather today?
Not
We had a
bad.
tornado around here the other day.
Yikes. Hope it's not too cold in Alberta. I think Mark's gone away to get a piece. It's well, what does my screen say? My screen says it is 24 degrees Celsius, which is probably about 70 degrees Fahrenheit if I go back and check. Yeah, Saturdays are good. Saturdays are always best when Ruth streams as well as I, because you can go to bed with Mayo and you can wake up with Ruth. Yeah. Well, I don't think traveling anywhere with a really small wheel would get me very far, Johnny. That's because our bots like to give everyone the best information. Yeah, we're going to look at pictures of the Rock Raiders wheels later after our rant. Zixu says to Johnny G that they don't pay as well here, but most teachers here live at school. Their helps with the bills. Yeah, Australian teachers actually get fairly paid, and I'm shocked that I was shocked years ago to realise that it's a frowned upon profession in North America, and it's not here. It's not frowned upon at all.
That doesn't make sense. Why would the door be off center?
Nah, you could sleep at the gym. Seth says that drag car speed champs had two of the small back tires. Yeah, because if anyone's ever seen a drag car, and Lego has been doing drag cars, I think since the early 90s. They always have the two really tiny wheels at the front for maximum speed and aerodynamics, and they always have the big wheels at the back for traction, so that the drag car doesn't get lifted up into the air because of the aerodynamics. Dave says, Mayo, I'll be on holidays for 1 week in Sydney in August. You know why I'm going to Sydney for the Sig machine at the Lego store. Yes, when I go on my road trip to see some of the East Coast sports stadiums, I want to go to the new Lego store in Sydney and the Lego store at Dreamworld. I really want to go to that. Well, I do have a PO box. If anyone ever wants to ask, if anyone wants to inquire about sending me some fan mail, I have a PO box for the next 2 months or something. You got to use the exclamation mark ticket, and then you got to use the exclamation mark buy ticket, and then space, and then the number of tickets that you want to buy. Yes, I am looking forward to Brick Fair beginner in 2 years' time. So many people have told me how good of a culture it is there, and because I've experienced the culture of Brick World Chicago, that definitely inspired me to want to see the different cultures of the different conventions really across the world, which is why I'm going back to Chicago this year, and next year I'm going to go to Bricktastic in Manchester, England. That's going to be fun.
Nice.
You making it to Chicago again, Macro?
I don't know. Probably not this year, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even though you booked a hotel.
Hopes and dreams.
Well, good. Hopefully you make it. Hopefully something turns around for you.
You never know. You never know.
Never know.
Well, I know that you booked a hotel, and you said that you would like to see me again.
I did. And you got to book the hotel, because whether you go or you don't go, at least you got that option of that spot.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure that hotel does have. You can cancel within within 2 weeks or something like that. Zisu says, I don't buy Lego. I just save my money to buy overpriced, empty, limited edition plastic cases for minifigs. Hashtag Boxer Boys. And Johnny G says about the sick out's bad take. Boo! Angry Dragon likes the wagon wheels. Zisu says, gotta have friends over to check out my empty box collections. Boxer Boys. Case is the last thing I'm thinking about buying, especially how overpriced the premium ones are. Anything else? Ruth, I think she's in either the southern or the eastern suburbs of Perth. And Dave saying everyone going into mining industries here, so our education institutions are screaming for teachers, especially in the outback towns. And that's why you're going to see salaries for teachers in our country go up, because there's a shortage. Whenever there's an excess, salaries go down. That's just how supply and demand works with the labour market. Anyway, before we go on ranting for rotten eggs, does anyone have, actually no, before I go on my rant, I'm going to open this PMS box. So if anyone has anything they want to say for the next 2 minutes, speak now, or forever may you hold your peace.
So I will be lurking, but I gotta jump off and go eat dinner. Just shut up.
Okay.
Nice seeing you, Macro.
You too. Thanks for hanging out.
Where can we find you on social media?
Well, lately it's just hanging out with all you great people. So that's about where I'm at lately.
We appreciate it.
You too, Richard. Talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out. Richard, Mikey, Mayo, good to see you.
Hey, man. Take care.
Stay safe.
And that was Macro Bricks, everyone. Okay.
What were you gonna say, Mikey?
So, well, I was gonna ask Macro what the first minifig he opened in that set was.
Oh, okay.
But I have a question for you instead. What was like the first set that got you back into like Lego that made you go, huh?
Well, that's crazy. It was during COVID and everything, and I've just been watching YouTube and going through movies, and I saw Beyond the Brick. And one day I was at Wally World, and I saw a cool set on the end cap. It was that hot rod shop that came with a hot rod with some flames, and it had a garage, and it had like a little car sales guy like selling like some rinky-dink car or whatever. But or a tow truck too. It's like a cool little set. But I got that, and then from there, I just got like I can't remember what creator set it was, but it was one of the buildings. And then I just kept going. I just started buying more and more and more, and it just took off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was the Lego Kuso, then Ideas Now, DeLorean from Back to the Future. Even though that's not really a great set, that having an actual DeLorean in Lego was something that like I always like dreamt of as a kid. And then the second set was the Lego Kuso Ecto 1.
Nice.
So it was both of those sets that got me back in. Oh, he says the blacksmith woman. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, you got Tink Tink.
This is what I got. It's the athlete with the prosthetic legs.
Such a crazy fig for Lego to do.
I like getting the prosthetic legs. Okay, let's get into the rant. So here we go.
This one is a rotten egg!
Rotten eggs! It's rant time.
Okay, this isn't gonna be as kind of energetic as previous rants, but It's about the March 1st releases, and it's a continuation of rants I've done previously, and I wanted to focus on both the Star Wars and the Marvel stuff, because I'm gonna go back to the Brick fan for this rant, because I talk about the potential of things and how Lego gets lazy from time to time, and I just think that whenever I say do better Lego, it's for a good reason. And what the? That's a new thing. We didn't see this earlier. The Lego City Space Science Lab. That actually looks pretty cool, like a moon dome. They must have just posted some of this news. Yeah, they must have just posted that one in the past hour. So
hot off the presses.
So I wanted to look at yes, breaking. Fuck yeah, let's do this. Breaking news: Lego City Space Science Lab revealed. An Australian Lego certified store has revealed a new Lego City Space set that will be releasing on April 1st with the Space Science Lab. The set contains 560 pieces and it features a domed lab that opens up to reveal a botanical tower of alien plants. It can also connect with the space base and rocket launch pad to make it extend the base. That's what the pictures look like. It looks like they got somebody in a wheelchair there, yeah? Yeah, so I guess this is for the purpose of interstellar horticulture, is what they're doing.
They got an alien there.
Yeah, there's an alien, and it looks like it's got 3 eyes.
Or is that sweat on its face?
And that astronaut is in a wheelchair. That's something new. I've never seen an astronaut in a wheelchair.
That's what I was saying about before. Can you zoom in on that? On those
let's see if I can zoom in. I think I'll just zoom in from my computer.
Oh, it is 3 eyes.
That's as far as we can zoom in.
Look at that.
Yeah, 3 eyes
It's
on
a
that.
pretty cool little set, though. I don't hate it.
I like, well, any time we can get curved windows is good, and I like the diagonal striping of that airlock door.
What's the price though? You know, that's always the kicker.
Yeah, the price.
I bet that's 49 or 59.
Yeah, well, since this is literally breaking news on the Bricks band, because it's just been hot off the presses in the last hour. They don't even have a price yet. Yeah, they don't have a price yet. Anyway, so let's come down to what I want to rant about. So Marvel mechs.
I'm gonna let you rant. I'll be right back in 2 minutes.
We're not going to rant about that Star Wars GWP because that's not the product of this rant. But keep in mind, Star Wars mechs. No, sorry, Marvel mechs. Actually, they're called construction figures. They're not mechs. Excuse me. But doesn't it just look like a mech? So lazy. Oh, and also this is new as well. A friend space there. Okay, we'll come to that. Come back to that after the rant. Where is it? Yeah, and another typical vehicle Lego Marvel 4 Plus set that is just the most generic thing ever. Gee, some of these posts have really come off hot. But let's go. I think I'll just search for Lego March 1st Star Wars, because there's stuff there that I want to rant about too. I think it's just best if we go to lego.com for this, because you're starting to see a pattern that it's, you know, just the same stuff over and over again. Let's come to Lego's website. Once again, another different scale of the Millennium Falcon, another different scale of R2-D2.
It's been kind of funny watching the land people push those sets.
Another different scale of the Tantive-4. The invisible hand is something new, at least, but just even more rehashes. Like, my complaint with most of the licensed themes is that really just give us more new stuff. The best things that licensed themes do is give us new stuff from their source material. The invisible hand, which I've seen some people like a couple of brickheads talk about, it's something new. And no surprise, all of the Star Wars fans I've heard talking about these new sets, the majority of them say that the invisible hand is their favorite because it's something new. And like, I was in the chat of one of Get the Bricks live streams when he was doing his stream series of building the Avengers Tower, and Brick Hive was in the chat at the same time. And I typed, wouldn't it be cool if we got a Roxxon Tower? And Brick Hive co-signed my sentiment because it's something new. The Sanctum Sanctorum was a good set. The Daily Bugle was a good set. The Spider-Man Bridge Battle was a good set because they're play sets. The airport battle Ant-Man set was a good set because it was something different. And it's not as energetic because it's not as kind of a oh, it really grinds my gears kind of problem, but it's just like a come on, really? Like, can we please get new stuff for licensed themes? Can we just please get new stuff, please? I want to see a Roxxon Tower. I want to see another, well, no. I want to see Star Wars sets that are buildings from Coruscant. Like, how cool would that be? Coruscant, as an individual planet, has so much things you could build. So many things from Coruscant could be a set. Why have we never got something that resembled the Galactic Senate in Star Wars? There's so many possibilities that we could be getting in both Star Wars, Marvel, and DC, which has really just been relegated to Batman the Theme, which that actually pisses me off even more. But I'll rant about Batman another time. But it's just like, really, and everyone, we're all used to it. We all see it in our news feeds. We all see it in our social media feeds. People hyping up these sets that are just the same thing over and over again. I don't get pissed off about it as much as other people because I don't follow those people. I only follow vintage people because that's, you know, what I fucking care about. But it's like, really, it's become such a drain that I'm not even mad about it anymore. I'm just disappointed. It's such a prolonged issue that it doesn't get me triggered anymore. It just gets me disappointed.
This one is a running!
What next? It's rant time.
Anyway, what's the chat saying?
But before you get into the chat mail, I think I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay.
All right, Mikey.
You know, it's fun hanging out. Where can we find you on social media?
Mikey J Productions on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook if you're on there. But yeah, it's been fun, and see you guys next week, hopefully.
Yeah. And before you leave, I just wanted to say that I'm after back-to-back streams. I am going to I am going to accept your request to follow my close friends. We'll talk about that for the rest of the weekend.
All right, thank you. See you later, Macro, Chat, RC.
Later, buddy.
Later.
Good seeing you.
Anyway, what do we have in the chat? Exactly, rant time. Everyone loves a good rant. And there's Hive out there lurking whenever we have bee people.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
Zisu says, I hope that Star Wars gets a second wave. That thing could have legs if given a chance. Dragon says, I like the Falcon about it. Yeah, there are some original trilogy fans saying it's a good Falcon, but I think the overwhelming majority of people is just like, really? Another Millennium Falcon? There's so many new ships we could be getting from the Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that because M&R did an unintentional drop test. Scott says, Star Wars fans, there's hundreds of ships we could have got. Lego, no, we'll just make 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark says, that's what I'd say, Mayo. I like to see Lego drop the Star Wars IP, but after seeing the Lego line today, that's not going to happen. Yes, I also want better DC sets because it's like all we get from DC is Batman. There are other comic books we could be getting as sets. Zisu agrees with us. Dragon says, I'm excited about the animated series Batmobile. Really? They're making another animated series. Okay, that's something. Be interested to see if we can get sets based on that. People saying goodnight to Michael. And that was that. Anyway, I'm going to get on with bag 3 now because when we after we read comments after the rant, then we get into the chill build side. So now it's time for everyone to put on their chill voices. And the instructions.
What are you building? You building the dream home first?
What about the dreams?
Are you building your dreams set first?
No, I'm continuing on building the scaled up minifigure. I've already built the torso and the legs. Oh, it's 2 p.m. local. So what are we doing for? Okay, so now we're building the arms. Now we're building the arms of this thing. So we're going to keep on talking about wheels. So and this is when we get into our more casual conversations. And after I'm done building these legs, I'm going to do some investigations to what Johnny was talking about with James' criticism of the wheels. Look at them wheels. Yeah. So I'm going to be honest. I never liked it when Lego made the transition from the 1981 wheels to the 1991 wheels, as I like to call it, in 2005. Because that was when those became the official wheels of Lego vehicles when they switched over from World City to City. And I just never really liked that change. If anyone owns some of the new style cars after 2005 and you see that the tires stick out way too far, it's really it's just really awkward and I don't like it.
Gotcha.
Because I'm not sure how many cars. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm not sure how many cars, not sure how many types of cars you have that were made after 2005, but you might be able to notice what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I have quite a few different cars from all sorts of generations in here.
Yeah. I have a bunch of different generations as well. Because I just don't I'm glad in recent years they've given us more varieties of small wheels, and they, a lot of cars, they fixed the issue of the tires sticking out way too far. But it's still a problem in a lot of Lego sets. The tires stick out way too far.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the problems when the semis have the same size tires as like cars.
It just gets really awkward, and I don't like it. Which is why my favorite wheels, which were the 1980 and 81, they don't stick out.
I can barely hear you, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, they stick out. They don't stick out at all, and it's such a peaceful look for those wheels, because it's not like when SUVs started taking over the roads and were hogging up all of the roads. So many Lego cars these days have what should be SUV tires, even though it's not an SUV.
Yeah.
And it just looks awkward.
Yeah, that's another thing I have to watch out for in my city, is that whenever I put some of my vintage vehicles in there, I have to put them in areas away from the newer vehicles because the scale just looks so off. That a car is that much bigger than a semi.
Yeah. Because when Lego introduced the wheels that we all expect in most city vehicles, those were the big wheels in that scale back in the 90s. Because if you see some of the four-wheel drives, they came out with, if you see a lot of the lorries and the tractor trailers they came out with, if you see some of the monster trucks that they came out with, if you see the off-road police and fire vehicles they came out with, they look in scale because you would expect a more rough and tough vehicle.
Yeah.
To have stuff like, oh, Macro Bricks just did something. I need to check my jars, because I had a list of people that I needed to refund some of their jars. Okay, I have 49 jars because I had a list of people who I needed to refund. Let me go back. Refund jars. Okay, I needed to give some to Cabbage. So what? Yeah. So exclamation mark give at Cabbage Face Bricks. Give him 10. Let's see if this works. No, it's not working. And actually, every single person who I needed to refund jars to isn't here right now. So Rob Claxton, Mr. Blue, Country Bricks Build Craze, if you're out there somewhere, please come into the chat so I can refund you, because Macro just was able to make that work for some reason. I've always had a lot of difficulty trying to work that out. So Country, if you're out there,
come get your bricks or come get your jars.
Rob, if you're out there, Mr. Blue, if you're out there, I need to refund you. Yeah. So, yeah, those wheels, they only look good if they're done right. And because I have chosen to go with the first and second generation bows, I have a lot of wheels that I'll only use in space mocks now.
Got you.
Like if anyone knows the if anyone knows some of the mobile cranes that come out with those over the past 20 years, they have big wheels to support the weight of the crane. And I had at the 2009 Lego City construction site, which had those big wheels. And so I'm only going to use those wheels. I'm only going to use those wheels when I create a Blacktron 2, a Blacktron 1 rovers.
Tell you what.
And there are some.
While we're here and while we're talking about wheels and stuff, let me see if I can look some up, share it on the share screen.
Yeah. And there are and the wheels that you use from your extreme team, they are, I think, slightly bigger than the wheels I'm talking about. I think they're slightly bigger.
Yeah, some of them. So the 4-wheelers and the 3-wheelers, they use the regular ones that you're talking about. But then on one of the trucks, they actually use like a Technic wheel that's almost specific to just that set. They didn't build many of those.
Yeah, because the wheels from the mobile cranes I'm talking about are these wheels, and the wheels on those Extreme Team sets were either this size, or some of them were this size, but some of them were about a quarter bigger.
Yeah, here. So it has some like this. Let me switch this camera right fast.
And I also made yellow versions of these wheels.
So it has some like this.
Yeah.
Yep. And then on the big truck, it actually has some that are a lot bigger than this.
Yeah. I cut you off again. You're not even on the medal. But after dinner, you're welcome back. And these are, I just found some of the wagon wheels y'all were talking about earlier. These are the bigger wagon wheels I've got, and these are about the same size as these wheels. But I have some of the smaller ones as well. I also have I also have these old wheels that have the 2x2 studs on them. I think these were from basic sets in the 80s. They have a 2x4 brick as the axle. And these are the ones that, I need to get more of the knobby tires, because it has a stud connection. And you can put a 1x1 round stud on the inside and change the color.
Yeah.
But I have way too many of these wheels. Way too many.
Here we go. All right. I'm going to share this image with you, or share this thing right there. That's what I'm saying.
And I have a couple of these wheels from some creator sets. Kind of see as many different types of wheels. And also, you notice that these wheels, they have the metal axle, and they changed the design of this because because kids would get hurt on that metal. Let's go to.
There you go. Those are the Rock Raider wheels I was telling you about.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if those were the ones you were talking about when you said they get caught up in the carpet.
Yeah, because they have those spikes on them for traction.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get caught, and also if you're pushing down on the center of them, because they have that rim with the emptiness on the inside, sometimes that can get caught as well.
Gotcha.
I don't think I own any of those wheels. If anyone owns a bunch, or if anyone has sets from the late 90s, then you probably, well, if anyone has vehicles from the late 90s, chances are you might have some of those wheels.
Yeah. I found mine in a bulk bin.
Yeah. You buy lots of stuff from bulk bins.
I do. Sometimes I get pretty lucky. I always try and look for stuff, like when I see the bins and I see them advertise it, I try and look for what parts and colors and stuff like that, because I'm looking for vintage stuff more than anything. I don't really need all this other stuff that was, 3, 4, 5 years old. I'm not looking for that.
Yeah, I decided a while ago that I'm not going to buy any parts from Bricklink or eBay bulk lots until I finish sorting my collection, because I just don't want to buy stuff that I might already have, and I've been able to build enough mocks using the pieces I already have.
Gotcha.
But what I will be doing is, after I speak with the travel agents and book to go to Chicago, I'm going to start building a mosaic on 48 by 48 plates. I think I want to use my 4 48 by 48 plates I have and make a mosaic of the mayo jar. I want to take that to Brickworld Chicago and exhibit it. And whenever
What's that?
Yeah. No. Anyway, you go.
Yeah, I was going to say at the Lego store over here, I think you can give them a picture, or they take your picture, and then they make you a mosaic, and you come pick it up when it's done.
Yeah, that's the mosaic photo booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Lego store at the Legoland Discovery Centre at the Chadstone Mall in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, and they had that.
That's cool.
No, sorry, they had that at the Melbourne Central store. They had the minifigure factory at the Discovery Centre store.
Gotcha.
Where you can pay, I think it's $15 and get a custom minifigure printed up.
Didn't you meet up with Johnny G there?
Yeah, I met up with Johnny G, and on Mondays and on Sunday Monday's video, that was my vlog with Johnny. So if anyone wants to get a Johnny G face reveal, you can go watch the vlog I did with him. That's my second to last video. It's the video I uploaded before the city update.
Johnny G face reveal.
Yeah. I don't know, Dave, because Ruth doesn't schedule her streams in advance. She only schedules them on the day if she's feeling like it. Because not everyone can commit to a regular schedule. I can, because I'm a punctual YouTuber. But some people have too much responsibilities to schedule that stuff. I don't have a lot of responsibilities other than university, which is why I can be punctual. It's the same reason why some people aren't all that active on social media, is because they have too much responsibility.
Yeah, you always got to take care of your priorities first.
Yeah. Some people got their priorities with their work. Others got their priorities with my family. I've got my priorities with university, and that's not as much of a priority, so I can afford to take time out of my Saturdays to schedule this weekly stuff, and everyone can enjoy our partnership.
Nice.
So now we can attach the first arm. I'm guessing we build the hands after we attach the arm. Yeah. So after I get these arms built, so after I get this arm built, I'm going to go answer what Johnny was saying, because I think that's when I have to open another bag.
Got you.
Yeah, and so also with the wheels, when people think about Lego wheels, it's actually not just vehicle wheels; it's also train wheels. Yep. And this is something that, you don't own anything before the 9-volt era, do you?
No, I don't think so. Well, I got that one Technic set, but I mean, as far as like trains go, no.
Yeah. So I can comfortably talk about this. From 1966 to 1989 to 1990, the Lego train wheels were very different. When they came out in 1966, they were the same gauge that we've always gotten, but they did not have a lot of traction. And they also had a 2x2 stud area on them. And then they evolved to have the wagon wheel type details in them to look like proper cast iron. And then when the 12-volt era came out in 1976, then they had the options where you could convert a 4.5-volt train motor to a 12-volt train motor. And they also sold these packets of traction tires that you could add to those motors to get more traction.
That's cool.
And then, because I believe the early style train tracks had smooth tops, but in the early 70s, they added the grooved tops of the rails so that it could get more traction. And so those grooves on the rails combined with the traction tires meant that Lego train wheels didn't spin as much, and it could carry more cargo. And then the blue track era ended in 79. They introduced the grey track era for the 1980s 12-volt trains. And they changed the train motor again so that all of them had the white traction tyre as a standard. Every Lego 12-volt motor had a traction tyre on it. But they also sold another add-on pack where you could buy black traction tyres if you didn't want the white traction tyres. And the black traction tyres looked better because it was the same colour of the wheel.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. I bet everybody wanted the black one because it looked better.
Yeah, the black traction tyres were better, but they got lost more easily because they were the same colour. But the problem with those traction tyres is that they dry rotted really easily. So when they came out with the 9-volt era in 1991, they changed the track system from buildable tracks to pre-molded tracks. So the track piece was all together instead of you having to put rails on tops of 2x8 plates. And when they switched from the blue track era to the grey track era, they added clips to the 2x8 plates, and the 2x8 plates changed from white to dark, from white to dark grey, and they had clips so that it had a better connection with the rails, and the rails wouldn't pop off as easily. The problem with those clips is whenever you took the rails off of the plates, sometimes the clips might break off, which is another reason to have pre-molded tracks, starting with the 9-volt era, and that's what we've got till this day. The only difference between new tracks and 9-volt tracks is don't have the metal on top, and also we don't get the cross tracks anymore.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't know why we can't get the cross tracks in the plastic track era. I really don't understand that. But anyway, that's a whole different story. That's not wheels. So the 9-volt wheels had a much smaller traction tire, and not only did the motors have the traction tires, but now every wheel for rolling stock also had a traction tire. And then when they made the switch from 9-volt to RC, which went into power functions, which is now power up, the traction tire got even smaller. So we went from insanely big traction tires on wheels, that was the width of the whole wheel, to a traction tire that is skinnier than, that is as skinny as two pins. And I'm not talking about the Lego Technic pins. I'm talking about a soldering pin.
I was gonna say, the buildable track, you can run an RC on that now, right? A power functions on that buildable track.
Yeah, because every Lego train ever, except for the narrow gauge and Duplo, it's all the same gauge.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Build it so that way you can build it all however you want.
Yeah, because you could take the 2022 Lego City Express train and run it on train track that was made back in 1966.
That's pretty cool.
You can run 2022 trains on 1966 track because the gauge has been the same for almost 60 years. And we talked about that on one of my train live streams last year. So if anyone wants to learn more about the different types of tracks and the gauges of tracks, you can go back and watch one of my train streams from last year. But I just wanted to talk about that because because I think it is important to discuss the train wheels, and with the modern train wheels from the 9-volt era on, they went from the metal axle to the plastic axles, like what we discussed earlier.
Gotcha.
And I really don't have.
What was the first train you ever got?
First train I ever got was the yellow cargo train, and then I decided to, and then I begged my mum to buy the red passenger train. That was from 2010. I remember looking in the 2006 catalogs, the 2008 catalog, and the 2009 catalog, and wanting the ICE train, the white passenger train from 2006, and the green cargo train deluxe from 2006 in the RC era. But those Lego sets were too expensive as a Christmas present or birthday present back then. And it wasn't until I got more serious with Lego that my parents felt comfortable buying me one of those sets. for either one, and I actually sold my Geo Tracks collection to buy the yellow cargo train.
Very nice. I
If
do like
anyone
that yellow
wants-
cargo train.
If anyone remembers Geo Tracks by Fisher Price, you know how cool those were. And I almost regret selling them to buy the yellow cargo train, but I had so much fun with the yellow cargo train before I decided, I prefer to build mock locomotives that have locomotives from sets, and I played with the yellow cargo train a shit ton. Zissou knows what I'm talking about with Geotracks. They were a lot of fun. Hello, Gladiator Blitz Productions. You missed out on a lot of fun conversations. So if anyone has gotten here late, make sure to go back and watch this stream on the replay, and you can hear the discussions that from Blocks to Mocks, Mikey J Productions, Macro Bricks, and myself had, talking about wheels. Look at them wheels. And if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm quoting the Menace movies. So it looks like this bag is both of the arms. And we've got a tick over an hour left to go.
Okay,
Yeah. So I'll return to serve and ask, what was your first train?
Honestly, it was the cargo. What's it? It's a cargo rail and something. It comes with the yellow rail core.
Yeah, the cargo railway. AKA
the blue mail core. Comes with the blue mail core.
What? Wait, the blue rail car. Oh, are you?
No mail car. Mail, like postal.
The mail
postal
car. You got me.
It comes with like a. Here, I'll look it up right now.
Oh, the freight. Are you talking about the freight rail runner from '94?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I asked you that question before. Yeah, the freight rail runner with the blue mail coach that had the mechanism inside to dump the mail out.
You got it.
Yeah, because that malpractice of handling mail definitely sounds like what the post office would do.
Yeah, exactly.
I always thought that was funny.
Just dump it out on the ground.
Yeah, because it was an inside joke by whoever the designer was that the post office does not care about the condition of your Lego.
They don't care at all.
They really do not care. Yeah.
I'm over here putting these bricks that I got. I'm building the mountain over here in the cave for the time cruiser section right now.
And any of your time cruisers portals would be a whole hodgepodge of vehicles with different wheels.
Yeah. Let's see something here. What do I got on my way?
I want to see something on Streamlabs for a second. I think I need to update one of my things. Because now that I uploaded my city update, I need to change it so that the link for when it says, hey, go watch my latest city update, is the one that I just uploaded. So I'm going to go to my YouTube channel I'm gonna go to my to view your channel. I'm gonna go to videos. I'm gonna get the link to my latest city update, which has 68 views. And I'm gonna go to my timed comments. Go to CloudBot. Timers. What am I talking about with the city update? City update. Yes, here we go. I need to edit the link there for the latest city update. Command V. Now that should be updated. And I'm going to go to the giveaways to see something.
Sorry, I had to step away real quick. I got a knife so I can get these pieces out.
Yeah, something's not working out. Because maybe it's only maybe with the way maybe with the way my maybe with the way my giveaway is configured, you can only buy up to 10 at a time. Let me edit that message. Because Dave just tried to buy 20 tickets and it didn't. So maybe it only lets buy up to 10 at a time. I'm gonna try buy your tickets again, Dave, and just buy 10. Just buy 10 and see if that transaction goes through. I'm gonna edit that timer so that it says 1 to 10. Because it might be a bad mechanic. Because other people have bought singular tickets and Streamlabs has recognized their transaction. Streamlabs does weird stuff like that, but people have been buying tickets. And if we go to the giveaway, active giveaways, and there's 7 users, and Mikey J has bought 3, Dave has bought 5, Mr. Blue has bought 6, Rob Claxton's bought 1, Sinclair Tachikawa has bought 1, Rular has bought 1, Lego Head Productions has bought 5. So if you want to be in the giveaway, make sure to buy. And you have to wait a while, about I think it's up to 60 seconds or something for the purchase to be recognized. It is a little bit of a pain. I wish. You know what I'll say is do better, Streamlabs.
You got it figured out?
We're gonna figure it out. Because if buying multiple tickets is too much for Streamlabs to handle, then I need to let everyone know in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I apologize for any inconvenience. Because I know that people who buy singular tickets at a time, their transactions go through. But Streamlabs has always had a problem when people try to buy multiples at once.
I wonder why.
I think their system of buying multiples at once works better if you do it on Twitch.
Got you.
So maybe someone will experiment one day.
So it seems to just
someone will experiment one day. Yeah, maybe someone will experiment one day if they switch over to watching this stream on my Twitch, which we are simulcasting to Twitch right now. See if them trying to buy multiple tickets works faster on Twitch. I haven't seen Contra on day. Actually, no, I saw Contra on streams earlier. I think it's because when I start, he goes out and does things, and so he only watches my streams these days when he comes home.
Yeah, that's like why it's hard for me when these live streams are start at like 10 in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's hard for me to sit down and watch them or anything.
That's why if anyone wants to see Contra, you gotta DM him to come up in here. If people are desperate to see someone. Let's see if this works out better. No, it still didn't want to do it. That's just really weird. Because Mikey J successfully bought a ticket, so I don't know what's going on. It's just a weird thing.
Technology.
Maybe it's better if people. Yeah, maybe it's better if I just have it so that you can buy one ticket at once, and then we don't have to have these problems. If I tell people just buy one at a time.
Yeah.
Maybe on the YouTube side, it's just too much to handle with the algorithm. So everyone that wants to enter the giveaway, even if you've already bought tickets to buy the giveaway, or if you've already bought tickets to enter the giveaway, use the exclamation buy ticket 1. Yeah, exclamation buy ticket space 1, and see if it lets you out. Because it's just a very fiddly thing. It's too fiddly for my liking. See? Oh no, sorry. I jumped the gun. Oh, and my ears just pop. See, it works smoothly when people just try to buy one ticket, but it just gets it just gets bent all out of shape. When people try to buy multiples. So maybe I should just put in my timed comments just have it say use exclamation buy ticket 1 to enter the giveaway. Maybe that's the best I can do. And I think I've realised what's going on as people trying to give points to people. It's when it only works if they're in the chat at the same time.
Oh, got you.
I think that
just put on there. You can only purchase one ticket at a time.
Yeah, I might have to add that within the existing timed comment. Because people have been successful at buying one ticket at a time, but it's just way too sensitive Okay, now that Seth Bland has awakened from the dead, now Streamlabs might recognize Zissou trying to give Seth some. And Seth, if you've got more than 10 jars, then you can buy a ticket to enter the giveaway. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to be because I've got the Lego Monkey Kid Megapolis coming in the mail. I'm going to build that on my birthday stream, and I'm going to build the 2 Indiana Jones sets in April before my birthday stream, and it'll probably take me 2 streams to build the Temple of the Golden Idol. And so what I'll probably do is before that spend 1 stream building Escape from the Lost Tomb, and then I can finish the month building my birthday present, because I'm going to designate in the quota of Lego sets I need to build as the Monkey Kid Megapolis will be my birthday set. The Indiana Jones will be my April sets. This has been my 650 subscriber set. The Daily Bugle was my 450 set. And I've built other...
When's your birthday, Mayo?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and actually, yeah, because if yeah, because it's just a weird mechanics with Streamlabs. You can be lurking, and YouTube recognizes you as a viewer, but Streamlabs doesn't. And we love the lurkers. We love the lurkers because that keeps the channel from dying. And when if the channel dies, I'm going away. That's why I'm glad that for almost this whole stream, we've averaged 8 people or more watching. And my dream is to average a double digits amount of viewers for the whole stream, because then that's a better chance that I won't continuously lose watch time hours. So we got that right. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, then we've done that. Okay, so if I I see, that piece doesn't belong there. Yeah. So with also talking about wheels, I want to settle a debate about wheels. Is that do you prefer wheels with the rubber but doesn't rotate as well, or do you prefer wheels that are plastic, so they're not as higher quality, but they roll better?
What the only wheels that I know are plastic are what, like the train wheels?
I'm talking about whenever there's like you know those big wheels they use in SpaceX.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And also the big wheels that they use in the monster truck sets. Do you prefer the big wheels that are rubber, so they're good quality, but they don't roll as well, or do you prefer the ones that are plastic, which are worse quality, but they roll better?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'll probably, because I don't really use mine too much, I'd probably go with the rubber ones because of what I'm going for a look. You know what I mean?
And see, I'm more inclined to play with my vehicles. So I, rather than just a display because I'm always moving them around for different poses. So if I can get it to roll better, I don't mind them being plastic. And the reason I talk about that is because it's something that Jane always brings up when he reviews sets that have big wheels. That's what he always talks about, and it's something that people have to pick their poison over, because we can't get a good quality rubber wheel that rolls good, because rubber has more. I guess rubber has fibers in it that plastic doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think I'm about out of spaces to put cars in my city. I probably, unless I start, I mean, I can always do that too, take things out and then put other stuff in. But as far as cars go, I'm about all out of space for cars in my city.
Whoa, I just smashed that. Luckily, fortunately, it didn't drop on the floor. But everyone out there in the chat, I'll ask the same question to y'all. Johnny G's on my side, and he also said it. Latex for our pleasure. You know what? That comment deserves one of these. Cool, just building the last hand. So I'm gonna here's some prop comedy. I gotta hand it to you. This has been a good conversation. So now we got the arms and the hands. Hopefully for the last 45 half an hour we can build the head. So, but before we do that, I'm going to go and see that review that Jane did, and I'm going to do it off camera. But I'm gonna get the audio as per the suggestion by Johnny.
Should have any booths. Yeah, but I'm gonna start all the way over here with this one, the most interesting, most exciting, the one that is sure to sell out worldwide. It has to. Prices $80 US, it's 80 euros, 70 pounds UK, $100 Canadian for 693 pieces. Notice the slicks, yeah, that's good. It's in the icons line. That blue pin right there is so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Should not be included in the scheme of this thing, period. I like the stand. Too bad that the big plaque there uses a sticker. Because like this uses a sticker here as well, unfortunately. It does kind of figure that helmet is going to be like gold. That helmet is so collectible, more than the entire figure. That helmet right there, that's something you want to have if you're a fan of Formula 1. Now the card itself is not minifigure scale, but it comes with minifigure, so that's cool. First impression, I'm just super happy that this is going to be made available. It's the tires once again. The A arms are complete pieces, but I mean, so much of this looks good except for the that might be white and not pink. If it's pink, I'm going to be very, very, very disappointed, even though for that sort of work Lego saying that right now, not tolerated. Questions, because there shouldn't be curves, it should come to a point. Should come to a point. What is that? Okay, I forgive a little bit of red down there because it's really unfortunate, but then a little bit of extra red underneath. It really takes away from it. Gosh, it really does. It's a livery, you know. And gray colored axles up front. That's only black. Like black, right? Still have a nice painted silver piece in here. The coating on the parts, it's all speckled. It's not an indication of things to happen. Hey, we got the probably not easy at this scale for something that's so skippy, you know. It doesn't give you just. I would expect a right there. Right, like we'll spin.
What about the wheels? Come on, Jane. Okay, this is where he starts talking about the wheels. Let me hear this as per Johnny's suggestion.
Maybe the tires are too small they're too narrow. The diameter is probably not too bad, but they're too narrow. Man, this one isn't as perfect as I want it to be.
Yeah, You know, I'm starting to agree with you, Johnny. The wheels aren't the best. Because now I'm going to do my own reaction to the wheels in particular. When I actually get the set, I'll do a proper reaction. But we're gonna also just wanted to say yo to Cliff.
Hey Cliff, what's up, buddy?
Thoroughly enjoyed coffee time this morning. Let's look at the Lego McLaren Formula One MP4/4. Let's go to Lego's listing, and it's such a popular set that on its first day, it's already out of stock.
What is the medieval one? Oh no, the F1.
Yeah, the one with Ayrton Senna. It's already out of stock. So let me address this. Now that James said it, I can't unsee it. The wheels should have been about 50% wider. The wheels should have been 50% wider. You see how those tires have kind of a seam? I think there's a slight seam line in them that you can mark out that's halfway the width of the tire. If those tires were 50% wider, I think it would have been better. And now that James said it, I can't unsee it. Those the bushings, they should have been black, not grey. I'm guessing those parts, just those bushings, those half length bushings, just don't exist in black. I'm pretty sure the one long bushings exist in black, just not the half long. And I can, and I'm not a Formula One rev head, so I don't care as much about the shapes of the car as someone who watches Formula One every week. I care more about the history and my nostalgia for watching Mark Webber racing for Red Bull. That's what I remember, and how he was teammates when Sebastian Vettel won 4 championships in a row, the third of the 4 drivers after the year 2000 to win a 4-peat. Yeah, and I just gotta have that Ayrton Senna minifigure, and I also have to go to Bricklink and go back and buy the Michael Schumacher figure. Fortunately, he sells for less than $10, so that should be an easy figure for me to buy, the Michael Schumacher. But I wanna have Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna racing in my Formula 3 Mayo City Grand Prix. I think that would be fun. Make a McLaren team so that Ayrton Senna can be the driver, and I already have a Ferrari team for the Grand Prix of the Mayo City 500. So getting a Michael Schumacher would replace the generic red racer that I've been using. I guess I could move him towards the pit crew, and now that I traded for Ferrari Formula One pit crew minifigs at Brickvention, they can slot right in to my Victory Lap Raceway modification, which was a set from 1988, as I keep on talking about. So so I'm glad I could address what Johnny was talking about, because that comment from Johnny last week was the inspiration for us talking about wheels this week.
Do they got a song there in Australia that goes something like this? The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Well, I remember, I remember listening to that song in preschool. I do.
Yeah. Okay. So they got that over there too.
Yeah. That was even before I knew what a bus was.
Yeah.
Dave says, at the moment I'm watching the stream and I'm in Bricklink 2. Can't get off Bricklink for another rabbit hole.
It's a dangerous place.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get on to bag 4 and see if we can build bag 4. Got 11 people watching at this time of day. We're breaking all sorts of records, and off the bat, I am so glad this is a print. I'm so glad this is a print. This is a modified 4x6 by 1, not a 4x6 by 2/3, but a 4x6 by 1 double curved tile in yellow with the printed smiley face. That's a cool piece. As Bricks on the Dollar would say it, that's a cool piece. Yeah, it is a great piece, and I could imagine this being on some Speed Champions cars in the future.
In the future, if I ever see that part in a bulk build, I'm going to know exactly what set's in there.
Clip actually disagrees. I think that's a horrible piece. I think the reason they invented this piece was so that it doesn't have to be connected to as many stubs. Would be my guess. Because I can. Well, we have 1% censorship in our chats, so anyone can say almost anything they want without crossing a line. And there's not too many lines. And there's not too many lines to be crossed because we can swear a fucking shit ton up in here.
I didn't know we could say whatever we wanted.
And also I can say that President George W. Bush ruined Thomas the Tank Engine.
He ruined what?
And I can say that President George W. Bush ruined Thomas the Tank Engine.
You're gonna get in YouTube jail.
And I can say that President Ronald Reagan accelerated children's entertainment. Polar opposites. Because what Ronald Reagan did is he relaxed the advertising on children's entertainment, which is why we got so many toys for stuff like G.I. Joe and other toy franchises. And other toy franchises that were based on TV shows like that in the 80s, because Ronald Reagan relaxed the advertising laws. And what George W. Bush did is he wanted children's entertainment to be more educational, because George W. Bush introduced a lot of policies to improve the education in American schools, stuff like the No Child Left Behind and all those other types of bills. But also, as a part of that effort, encourage children's entertainment to be more educational and less freelance, which meant that creators of children's TV had to jump through new hoops in order for PBS to be able to broadcast it. The only reason the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse TV show exists is because of that kind of legislation. And the only reason I know about that legislation at all is because I listen to my American Thomas the Tank Engine friends who know enough about American politics to know how much American politics has influenced children's entertainment. Because whether you like it or not, whether you're an American children's TV show or not, if you can make it in New York, you can make it in America. If you can make it in America, you can make it anywhere. Which is why I've tried to make it in America so I can make it anywhere. And that's why I value my American audience above all, because that's where the eyeballs are, that's where the money is. And so I know enough about that to know how it influences the hobbies and the TV shows that I care about, like Lego and Thomas the Tank Engine. Which is why I don't care for a lot of Thomas the Tank Engine stuff after 2004.
Does the politics change?
Because politics had trickle down economics for children's entertainment in 2004. Because when Hit Entertainment bought out Good Lane Studios, which was formerly the Britt Outcroft company, when they bought it out, in order for Hit Entertainment to negotiate their TV deal with PBS Kids, they had to change the programming, and they introduced learning segments, and they had to have more morality in the episodes to get a long-term deal from PBS Kids. So, and you know how in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, how they have those learning segments, what number of this is there? What shape is that? What color is it? What is this? What sound does this animal make? That kind of stuff in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which aired from 2004 to 2008 on the Disney Channel, Playhouse Disney. That story structure only existed because of George W. Bush. And I'm a sucker for global politics, and in terms of global politics, American politics dominates that atmosphere because American politics influences almost every other country that the US has an alliance with, and Australia's strongest alliance is with the US, which is why unlike some people I know, I have a great respect for the United States of America. Because they forget, because some people from my country forget how important those relations are. Yeah, a lot of things go back and forward. Anyway, that was a tangent.
Night, Cliff. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for stopping by. Anyway, back to the wheels. Something else I want to say about the wheels is, you know, in the GBCs, how they use wheels as kind of like motion propulsions to get a mechanism to work, yeah. or when they have a technic wheel that spins a conveyor belt. The amount of linkage they do to link those wheels to motors is a mark of beauty. It's real technicality, and seeing those wheels in motion is a feat to behold whenever I see them at conventions. Because almost every convention I go to has a GBC, and a lot of times you see either you see lots of Technic gears, and you see lots of conveyor belts that spin because of a wheel with a rubber tire having the traction to propel something.
Johnny G, it's not America that starts the wars. It's a certain class of people. It's not America. It's a different group of top-ranking individuals who have wealth and power beyond all imagination that are doing it.
Yeah. And the reason I bring some of that stuff up is because I'm taking a class at university that's environmental politics, and I chose to take that because I enjoy politics and I enjoy the environment, and so I thought it would be a good piece of academia. And my teacher who's teaching it's actually her first job, and she admitted that she is a tree hugger. She took a photo of herself hugging the Joshua tree in the California desert.
Yeah, Johnny. Except for we don't get paid off of that. Our tax dollars pay for that. We get taxed on that, and then all our taxes go up. And then there's elites at the top of the food chain that are cashing in and raking in all this money when they've got these investments in Lockheed Martin and all these other companies that make missiles and weapon development and stuff like that. And then of course, and then it's like a wash one hand washes the other. I'll do this for you, but I want all this money in return. That's what's going on.
Also, I watch a lot of adult cartoons, and some of their best comedy is political comedy. And whenever they make a joke about someone in politics, that makes me want to go research the context of whatever they're referencing. Because I didn't. That's how I learned what a fat cat is. Now I know that a fat cat is someone who takes in money suspiciously, either on Wall Street or on Capitol Hill.
That's what lobbyists are. They're called special interest lobbyists. And what they do is
And
they
that's
work.
That's what I learned. And that's also how I learned that Chuck Schumer's daughter is actually a lobbyist for Amazon.
Yeah. See, so she works for a company, and she goes down to the Congress, and she pretty much goes and talks to all these people behind doors and tells them how much money is it going to take for you guys to pass this law in our company's favor. And then they pretty much say, donate to my charity, and this, and that, because over here in America, if you have a charity, you can say 5% of the money from the charity goes to the actual cause, and 95% goes in your pocket. But as long as you're donating 5% or 10% of those earnings, they consider that a charity still.
Yeah, and that's also how I learned that philanthropy is a tax write-off, because for years I was like, why are some of these companies being so generous? And then when I watched jokes about that, it got me researching, and now I understand why.
Yep.
Because both donating to charity or paying your taxes is considered paying your dues, just in a different format, which helps the world go round.
Yeah, there are, so I said, yeah, some churches, Dave Briggs, you're right, like mega churches. So, but then like the average mom and pop church that you'll see around here, like you'll see like little churches in the communities, and they're small, they're real small, man. They need that tax break because they're just funding off of donations. But when you got mega churches like Joel Osteen, and you know, they're making billions of dollars and shit. Like, yeah, there's something else going on there because they've got some kind of money laundering thing going on there, and they're doing it through the church, and they're saying it's all through donations.
And also, I'm not gonna lie. Another reason why I started taking more interest in politics is because of the late great George Carlin.
Oh yeah. George Carlin's famous line was, "It's a big club, and you guys aren't in it."
Yeah. It's a big. To quote specifically, "It's a big club, and you ain't in it." And also, he had the good line. They call it the dream because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Yeah.
And because for those who don't know, George Carlin was the narrator, was the American narrator for Thomas the Tank Engine seasons 3 to season 4, and then when the Outbox company made American VHSs, he got George Carlin to do dubs of seasons 1 and 2. And so many people I talk to say that George Carlin is their favorite narrator. Other people I talk to say that Alec Baldwin was their favorite narrator. And I will say whenever I go watch season 3 episodes, I like to listen to George Carlin, and whenever I go watch season 5 episodes, I like to listen to Alec Baldwin. Because if you've got a good voice, no matter what occupation you are, you can be entertaining. And that's why I like to work on my voice, the way I speak on camera, so that I can be an entertaining voice and not a voice that just wants to put someone to sleep. Because I've had to, because as a YouTuber, I've had a natural evolution of how I can use my voice to make my content more entertaining. And some people use a lot of facial action to be entertaining. I use a lot of voice action because I don't like showing my face a lot when I'm actually trying to build something. And so, I could try and make a Jim Carrey kind of crazy face, which is why I'm really glad that Brick Hive made that video about clickbait, because as soon as he showed examples of clickbait thumbnails, I immediately rewatched his video and I tried to copy all the thumbnails.
It's an everything channel, Cliff.
Yeah.
We get into a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, see, I like to consider these streams a variety show because I don't censor what I can talk about. But to keep things flowing, to provide some entertainment value, I like to provide a core topic. And now that From Blocks to Mocks is an entertaining co-host, we both build cities, we both like vintage Lego, therefore there's lots of stuff to talk about. I have been thinking about the entertainment value of my stuff more and more and more. And so, because I used to really struggle to find things to talk about, and then I thought to myself, well, if I brand individual streams as talking about a specific topic like Lego wheels or the figs or the scale of Lego, and next week I want to talk about comparing the Lego Ninja of the late 90s to the new Ninjago sets that came out recently, where I wanna do stuff about that. And yeah, so we can go all over the place if we really wanted, because if there's a lot of dead air, then it's not all that entertaining. So we got the sides of the head built. So you can see that using these curved slopes up top here. Oopsie, I've missed out on some comments. What else? Not going to talk about that stuff. Thought we were here to buy boxes for building Harmony. Well, years ago, I bought some of the black and trans clear cases that Lego sells on their website, and that's how I store my Series 14 Halloween figures, and it's also where I store some of my vintage figures in. Well, you haven't seen much Lego because I've kind of forgotten to keep some of this building in shot. But for those who haven't been here the whole time, we have got the arms built with the hands. So I gotta hand it to you. And now bag 4 is the head, and we're about to put the face on. So now the head has a face. So that's its face.
Cliff said there's nothing here for him. We ain't talking about Taylor Swift. He ain't liking it.
Yeah, because this is my channel is a Taylor Swift free zone. But I'm happy. But I'm always happy to talk about the NFL. Something I will say is that I think if the Chiefs are able to re-sign Chris Jones, because he's waiting for free agency until he signs, the Chiefs might end up with the best defensive line next year. I was surprised when I read that Jason Kelsey is actually signed up on a 1-year deal. I was watching Hoosier Bricks' stream on my Friday morning after my university class, and we got into a good NFL conversation. And when we were talking about the way the NFL contracts are structured, it got me realizing some other types of contracts because my auntie is also renting, and she's been in a couple of different locations, and there's sometimes where she's paid straight up rent, and there's other times where she's paid rent plus utilities. And that got me thinking, hey, the concept of paying rent plus utilities or paying rent including utilities is kind of structured the same way NFL contracts are, with the guaranteed with prorated guaranteed money plus signing bonus plus roster bonus, compared to the NBA, which is fully guaranteed money. So after I was talking with Cliff and Bluegrass and Hope Castle on Hoosiers stream. I was in the comments listening to what they were saying, and it got me thinking about a lot of stuff, the way that contracts are structured, and it got me thinking: if you're the type of person that pays rent on the property that you live in, and you don't use a lot of electricity, and you don't use a lot of water, if you can get into a contract where you pay rent plus utilities instead of rent including utilities, that would be more beneficial. But if you're someone who uses a lot of electricity and a lot of water, it would be better for you to have a rent contract that's rent including utilities, because then you can use as much water and power as you want. We're a family of 4, so we use a lot of water and power. But there's a property 2 suburbs over that has really cheap rent, that I'm thinking, when I move out of the house, that might be a good place to live. Because since I'm in the last semester of university, I'm thinking about where I want to live in the future. Anyway, that's the head. So I'm going to give you a
careful about cheap rent. You might oh, that was good.
Here's the fig in full. Here's the fig in full, everyone. Look at this beautiful figure. So the cool parts about this is that the legs move like a regular minifigure, the arms move like a regular minifigure, the hands rotate like a regular minifigure, and the head spins around like a minifigure.
Regular minifigure.
Yeah. There's because the head is on a turntable plate. Because the head's on a turntable plate, there's a little bit more friction, which means it's easier to spin it around without the head going side to side. And with the way that there's a Technic axle that connects the arms, it means that the arms have less friction, but it can still hold its place. And the connection that the arms use is similar to what the legs use. So I appreciate that the connections for the moving parts in this, now that we built everything except the hat, I appreciate the amount of friction. Because if anyone's built some of the Lego mechs, you know that they don't always get the friction right. But I think in this set, they got the friction right. And I'm happy.
It has so whenever you position its arms, they kind of stay in place, right?
Yeah, everything stays in place, but equally everything moves when you want it to move.
That's cool.
Because when I get done building this complete set, I've just got to build the hat.
You know what I want, but I just don't want to cough up the $300 for it. Is the pirate one that they did from Lego House.
Yeah, because I think that one's exclusive to the Lego House.
Yeah, it is.
So now I can do. So now that I've got the head. So now that I've got all the limbs and the head built, I can do the prop comedy of I've got to hand it to you. I'm going to give you the heads up and break a leg. I always enjoy prop comedy.
And the next you could do hats off.
Ah, yes, that's another pun. When I get the hat built, I can do the hats off pun. And since this has so much playability, and since the top of this cap actually hinges up, I can also do the comedy of I'm going to tip my cap, because what I can do is I can bend the torso over, have one hand pointed up like he's holding his hat, and then have the tip of the cap hinged up to look like he's tipping his cap.
Yep.
And after I get this built, probably on my next stream, where we will be comparing the late 90s ninja theme to the new Lego Ninjago sets, and hopefully bring on Titanium J for that, because he has a lot of thoughts about the micro build GWPs of the Ninjago city modulars. Because he was fearing those were going to be only available in China, but Alan Tran of the Brick Band confirmed that they will be available everywhere, which is good. But not as a GWP, as an insiders set to buy with to buy with insider points. So anyway, this has been a really fun stream. We've talked about a lot of wheels. Hey Kyle, we're just about to wrap this thing up.
Hey Rico, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, so we've had a really good stream. We've had a more viewers than I normally get. So thank you everyone in the chat.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, because both RC and I gladly appreciate it. We gladly appreciate it. And yeah, so you know what I want to do is, when I get more of my city built, I want to have my cat walking around my city, and I want to upload a Catzilla video. That would be fun. When I built the cat hotel, I had my cat in the background behind it, and I posted it on my Instagram. Anyway, we're about to head on over to Brick Hive soon. So who did we have in the chat today? We had, and while I'm mentioning everyone use the exclamation mark buy ticket #1 if you want to buy more tickets to enter the giveaway. So we had Macro Bricks from Blocks to Mox, who were panelists. Dave Bricks 76, Seth Bland, Bunny Bricks, Gary Moulin, Lego Team Bean, Angry Dragon 114, Mikey J Productions, who was on the panel, Zisu Sultanfuss, Zelda, Ben's Brick Design, Johnny G, who else up in here? Scott's Blocks, who else down here? My eyes are going blurry when I scroll down fast like this. Brick Hive, you'll be streaming next. So I'll put up a link for his stream as I'm ending mine. At Gladiator Bricks Productions. Click and Cliff. And I think that was everyone that left comments today. Oh, and of course Redcoat Kyle coming in at the end there. So anyway, thank you for watching the stream. We'll see you on the next episode, 33 of Real Whole Egg, where we will be comparing the late 90s Ninja to the new Ninjago sets. Hopefully try to get Titanium J, because he's always excited about new Ninjago. So where can we find you on social media, RC?
As always on Instagram, from Blocks to Mox _ between all the words. Here on YouTube, and Friday nights here with you. And That's where you can find me.
So as far as me, I'm gonna go listen. I'm gonna go listen to Hive stream, but while I'm doing so, I'm gonna be playing Minecraft over on my Twitch. So whenever I get my computer set up for Twitch, I'll be going live over on Twitch. You can go follow me on Twitch. There's a link in the description, and we simulcast this stream to my Twitch account, so that anyone who's watching the stream on their phone and is using other apps in the background, if you watch us on Twitch, you can use the Twitch app and the YouTube app at the same. Sorry, you can use the Twitch app and another app at the same time. So I'll see you on my next show, and I'll see you on my next live stream, which as always is From Blocks to Mocks at 9 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night in North America, which is 1 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 p.m. Australian Eastern every Saturday. And I'll see you in the next video.
Have a good night, guys. Good day.
And let's go get the link for Hive's stream. This Hive. Share. Copy. Come into the comments here. Control V. Go watch Hive. And let's roll the credits.
Thank you for supporting mayohosko Media. Your viewership is very important to us. Tell YouTube you like us by smashing the like button. Let your thoughts be known in the comments down below. Never miss out on any more LEGO content from us by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Stay tuned for live streams every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern in North America, and monthly city updates on the last Wednesday or Thursday of every month. If you like Minecraft and gaming streams, follow us on Twitch, mayo_hosko, no capital letters. Twitch streams every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern in North America. To be in the know, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at real_mayohosko. Have fun with us on our Discord server. Friend us on Facebook and join the fan club group. For business inquiries, email us at mayohosko@gmail.com. For historical inquiries, check out our website. For special community perks, including behind the scenes, voting rights, and early access videos, become an investor today by pledging to us on Patreon. Links in the description. Watch this video recommended to you, or check out this playlist if you missed any previous videos of the same genre. This has been mayohosko, and I am a fan of old LEGO. #A